Oh. Oh.
We are coming in hot, people. What's going on, Whitney?
Hi, welcome to the Problematic Podcast. I am your friendly neighborhood co-host, Whitney, and we are talking to friendly neighborhood co-host Rita Richardson Rowe, RRR, Triple R. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm good. You know, I'm going to put all this stuff on Do Not Disturb because I didn't do that. But other than that, I'm fantastic.
We right into this here podcast experience.
We did, because you were frowning. What's going on?
So I am a big fan of the Higher Learning podcast with Rachel Lindsay and Van Lathan. Very intelligent, it's a good podcast. It gets a little wonky and weird when Van does his little like weird things because but
he gets a little corny to me. That's the best way I can explain it. It's like sincerity. It's sincerity, but sometimes it's like, okay, man,
he's a big nerd.
Yeah, we get it.
As a fellow big nerd, I get it, but like sometimes he goes off on these like little moments and you're just like, Van, come back.
Right.
Come back. And Rachel's like a cool kid, so she's like trying to sit there just like, all right, I'm trying to go with you, but you're going off really far. So Van is really cool with this guy named Adam on No Jumper. I don't know if
yes, I have the No Jumper podcast. It's I've listened to a few episodes if it has like artists that I like on it, but it's not my favorite platform.
It's a time.
It innate for me. I think it's for younger hip hop heads. I can't explain it. Right. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm not here to judge. My problem is they recently decided to have an episode with one Richard Spencer.
Go off.
Since this is the Problematic Podcast, for those who are unfamiliar with whom Richard Spencer is one of the creators of the alt-right, a neo-Nazi, anti-Semitic, anti-Black, anti-LGBTQ, anti-anybody who is not cisgender, heterosexual, able-bodied Christian white male.
Like other races be like, you are
gender.
Tripping, bro. Tripping.
Just hates everybody. Told W. Kamau Bell to his face that he loves white supremacy and wants to roll around in it, essentially like a dog. He said he loves white supremacy. Told Roland Martin that there is no such thing as equality amongst the races because we're not equal. Went on a massive curse word filled rant that his former friend Milo Yiannopoulos, I don't know how to say his last name, but that another white supremacist leaked when they like had a friendship breakup. He leaked this video or this audio of Richard Spencer going off using really anti-Semitic language, talking about, you know, when they look up, they should see a face like mine looking down at them. We were meant to. Yeah.
Oh.
So apparently he went on No Jumper.
No, he didn't.
He went on No Jumper.
He did.
He went on No Jumper and essentially said, "My bad, guys. I was just kidding."
No, don't pick that platform to be like, it's all joke. Well, how? Why? Because
So Van Lathan was supposed to be in on that interview, and
why would go ahead?
I'm glad that he chose not to, but after hearing him talk about it, I was like, you should have probably went, bro.
Because
there's something called range. And certain folks don't have it.
Some people don't.
Post Adam, there were moments in the interview. Apparently, it's 3 damn hours long. And I think they talked about Richard Spencer's past for 20 minutes of it. And I'm like,
and then y'all just shooting the shit with the racist?
With the neo-Nazi.
I am just Oh, Whitney.
Van I can see the such rage. Good questions. He asked such good questions. He was like, so did he call Heather Heyer's family back to apologize for the death of their daughter in the Charlottesville situation that he organized, the Unite the Right Tiki Torch khaki pant march that we all saw. You will not replace us, they chanted. Meanwhile, all y'all got replaced because all y'all got fired because we saw all y'all faces.
And y'all khaki pants and y'all stupid polos.
This is why your ancestors wore hoods. This is why.
And we're not celebrating like that
ancestors.
But we are just saying, y'all are stupid as hell.
Dumb. Like, you're so confident in your level of white supremacy, and you don't realize that it's essentially outing yourselves as bigots. Nobody has to work with you for that.
And then want to cry when you get canceled and you can't support your stupid ass family. You ever notice? Sidebar. No. Because sidebar. And I'm not trying to take away from how awful this is at all. But have you ever noticed racist men?
Come on.
Their wives always look like fucking thumbs with flat ass hair. Why do their wives always look like a thumb upside down with super flat, volume-free hair? They never have any lips. I don't know if
they wash it, because they don't like to wash.
I don't know, but they always look like something I drew in the 3rd grade. I don't understand that. It's like they intentionally go out and be like, let me find the ugliest broad. Because that is all who's going to date me. And then boom, it's racist asshole and ugly thumb bitch. I hate it all. I hate it all. It's consistent. But I'm sorry.
You're fine. No, I needed to laugh. I did, because I'm beside myself. I said, the Southern Poverty Law Center still on their website has him listed, and just a few quotes. I'm not going to read any of them. I'm not going to read any of them right now, because this is a happy, joyful podcast where we have a good time. I just have a few words for No Jumper. Y'all said y'all did the research. It took me 30 damn seconds to find up until 2022 problematic shit with Richard Spencer being.
Go ahead, go off.
I tweeted it, and this is I'm gonna end it because we are here for joy and laughter, and I can't keep making this a serious situation.
He could be a problematic person of the week. It's fine.
Of life. But I have a few other people, but we'll talk about them later. Okay. I tweeted, being white in the U.S. is being the founder of the alt-right, peddling violent supremacist rhetoric for almost a decade, and then showing up on a platform based in hip-hop culture less than a year later saying, I've changed, with no tangible action beyond words, and people just believe you. You remember, from school, when there were the witch trials, and they were like, we're going to drown you. And if you survive, you're a witch. And if you die, you're not a witch. Yeah. Are bad. I feel like that's what he should do. Like, if you're not a racist anymore, we should be able to throw you off a bridge. And if you survive, you're not a racist anymore. Well, but if you drown or die, you're probably still a racist. That's the only way. That's the only way I'm believing it. Throw them off a bridge. All of those white supremacists are doing this, because I just saw an interview with Ann Coulter where she was talking about how all other social justice actions, all other social justice fights are indebted to Black people, indebted to Black people and Black movements. I said, ma'am, if you don't stop playing in my face, I watched a Boondocks episode. Yes. Remember this? I was there. It was a time. I watched the Boondocks episode where they parodied Ann Coulter and how she didn't believe what she was believing, and whoever CeeLo was playing, I forget what his name was. The guy who was eating while Huey was on a hunger strike. Asshole. I'm still mad about that. It's been a damn decade. Shout out to Aaron Gruder. But they're all trying to do this rebrand. They're all trying to just rinse and rinse off all of the terror. This man, he was 39 years old when the alt-right started spiking. And I remember hate crimes jumping something 20% in that year. He's 44 now. He's not changed.
He hasn't.
And you can't just show up and say, "Oh, I've changed," without doing the work. That's why I said,
throw his ass off the bridge.
No,
if he survived, then yes, we'll take it.
We don't advocate for violence.
That's not violence.
Throwing him off of a bridge isn't violence.
He should go voluntarily, right? Prove to us that you are.
I need to see more. You don't get to terrorize people. You don't get to terrorize people like this and then don't have anything to back it up and then just say, "Oh, I've changed. Oh, I'm different." And then for it to be on No Jumper, a platform steeped in black shit.
I thought this was for rappers and city girls. How the hell do we end up with this guy?
And I don't expect them to be the bastion of journalistic integrity, like in Associated Press or
No, just go. If you want to show the world that you're different, go home and shut the fuck up, because that's something you haven't done for the last 10 years.
Start some damn work. There. Start working with the NAACP. Oh, they
don't. Don't. No. Don't.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I need to see it.
Just please go home and shut up. Silence yourself. Since Whitney says that we can't do the bridge thing, which I thought was a brilliant idea.
You shouldn't throw people off of bridges.
Can we?
What would Jesus
gently toss them off of bridges?
Wait, maybe I shouldn't bring up Jesus. He did throw that table that one time.
Yeah, Jesus, I think, would be on my side. If you swim, you swim, and if you don't, I mean, the man who walked on water would probably be like, "Yeah, throw his ass over there, see what happened." No. Okay. Fine. I'm gonna be better. This podcast is my form of therapy. In addition to the couples therapy and the individual therapy that I am. But I mean, I hope that this will show my growth. Thank you.
You've come so far and you've done so much.
I'm trying.
I actually put that up because now Instagram has away messages.
What?
Instagram has away messages. You know that little, you go to your DMs and you see that little plus sign over your picture, and you can see like people have like their away messages on.
Shut up, because I've been missing. I need that for Facebook Messenger, because that's what I really want to put. You know, some people, and it doesn't happen often. Maybe perhaps I'm getting washed. I don't know. But every once in a while, somebody finds themselves sliding their way into my DMs. And before I was married, I would just ignore it. But now, because I'm married, I feel like I have an obligation to
visibly married.
Yes, visibly married. I think I'm visibly married.
No.
I'm visibly married, right? Okay, so I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. Your anniversary is coming up.
It is. It is.
It's in July.
It is. I don't want to talk about it because then I feel like I gotta plan things. Me and her are gonna have to discuss.
It's your first anniversary.
Like, we have to do something.
All right. So we had to spend our first anniversary at home
in COVID.
We had the pandemic, and I was very pregnant.
You were.
I was very pregnant. I was 2 months from delivering this baby.
Y'all consummated the sin out of that marriage. Y'all got right to the work.
No, you're making me blush.
I'm sorry. My bad. You are visibly turning colors. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm going to be appropriate.
No, you're fine. It's funny. But yeah, like now I tell everybody, I'm like, please, like we had a good time. Like we had cupcakes and we like, you know, he cooked a lovely dinner and it was like a really, really nice thing. But like I tell everybody, I'm like, please, however you choose to celebrate that first one, like do something meaningful. Like it was meaningful for us, you know, but we were kind of forced to make it. Every anniversary should be meaningful, but we were really forced to like be creative. That's what I'm trying to say. Because we were stuck inside.
We want to have a cookout.
It's fun.
Yeah, because it's 4th of July weekend. We got married on the 2nd, so that's kind of like when we were like, think of that. We can have a cookout.
We don't celebrate 4th of July anyway. What's 4th of July to the slave?
Boom. It's a cookout.
Listen, we celebrate Juneteenth, okay?
I feel like
National Grilling Day. That's what we call it. National Grilling Day.
I hate y'all.
It's not National Grilling Day. People don't grill on 4th of July. That's what it is. That's the holiday. National Grilling Day.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
You see how we went on a whole tangent
We
from
had a
away
good
messages? I
From the
said,
alt-right to away messages to people sliding in your DMs to being married to your anniversary.
I just want to put up an away message, just like friendly reminder
married.
before you send another message that I am married and my wife checks these messages. So take that how you will. Just something simple like that. And it doesn't mean that all of them are impolite or
people like to try it.
People do. That is what I have learned since becoming engaged is that people will try it.
Oh, and they will. They will test you.
They will.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, away messages. So Instagram has away messages. Facebook, if you're listening, Mark Zuckerberg, as Lil Bootsy calls him.
Why can't you pronounce that man's name?
It's a lot of things.
Are you doing that intentionally? Like how I like
pronounce? No, I think he really believes that is that man's name.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
You added so many more syllables.
Yes. Yes. If you could get on that, Mark, that would be great.
I mean, you're copying everybody else's ideas. You might as well.
Go on for it. Go on, take it. Mm-hmm. I'm happy that you got one of your problematic.
Thank you so much. I feel so much lighter.
No, you're fine. You're
trauma dump on this show.
I think I'm in a good mood, and this ties into our "What have you been listening to" segment.
I got something good for you. I am pulling it up as we speak. But basically, I've been listening to. Oh, come on, Jiminy Crickets. Oh, there it is. Okay. So Ronnie Foster.
Okay.
Have you heard of Ronnie Foster?
I haven't, but I'm writing this down. You know, I take my notes.
Ronnie Foster, spelled like it sounds. Two-headed freep. F-R-E-A-P. Freep.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, now where are we going with this with?
Okay. So I heard this randomly on like a random scroll on Instagram. It's an older record. It's from 1973. But do you know Electric Relaxation by A Tribe Called
Quest? Yes. Am I a black woman in America? I did know it was a sample. I did not know what the sample was, though. Is this the sample?
It's the sample. It's so good.
Now I'm excited.
It sounds so sexy. It's such a cool ass song. And I'm like, I gotta get this in vinyl every week. It's every week. Yeah, you and Shay would love that. Like, shout out to Shay. Hey, Shay!
Hey, Shay!
It's good brunch music.
Ronnie Foster,
Two-headed freep.
Two-headed freep.
The song itself is called Mystic Brew.
Mystic Brew. Okay, got it.
The album's called Two-Headed Freep. But there's some good music on there, too. It's like 8 songs, but it's good.
I'm here for it.
Jazzy. Black and jazzy.
You know I'm a lover of jazz.
You're a lover of a lot of good things.
I try. You succeed. I try to broaden my horizons and be cool. Thank you. I think the positivity that I am carrying with me now. This is not music. I apologize if anybody was looking forward to a music recommendation, but I think Whitney just gave y'all a great one. So I ordered Michelle Obama's newest book, The Light We Carry. And I got it. It got in the mail. It got here Wednesday. I'm a little late so I had this rule where I try to go to Black bookstores to get all of my books. And I went to Uncle Bobby's to get this book, got sidetracked, completely forgot. So I ended up, I finally got it.
Finally got it. Uncle Bobby's will sidetrack you.
Okay, because it smells like coffee and the vibes. Great thing. Shout out to Mark Lamont Hill for giving us a space
aesthetics
to be black as hell, have coffee, read books, and feel good about ourselves. I love it. But anyway,
we need 4 more throughout the city. Thank you, Mark.
I keep saying it, franchise or something.
Franchise the hell. You can name it after other relatives.
You don't have an aunt nowhere. Come on,
big cousin.
Something. Anyway, I got the book. So I have this habit where as soon as I get a book, I have to read the first chapter. Even if I don't finish the book right away, I have to read the first chapter. It sets the tone for whenever I pick it up, whether it be a month from now or a year from now. So I read the introduction and I'm like, God damn it, Shelley, you've done it again. I just love Michelle Obama. I call people auntie a lot, but I feel like somewhere she from Chicago, my daddy from Chicago. In my head, she's really my aunt. She's something. She's got to be. But what I also did, I don't typically like audiobooks. The only audiobook I've really enjoyed before that was Jennifer Lewis's book, Black Mama Hollywood. Awesome. But what I did was, since I only had time to read the first chapter, I was running out and I read the introduction and I listened to just the first chapter. And I was like, oh, Shelley, you just give me this warmth. You just really speak to my soul. So I'm definitely going to finish that.
She's amazing.
The book, yeah, she is amazing. And it's basically, she wrote a book to help us get over how all of us are feeling coming out of COVID. Like with everything that has gone on in the world, like just using her life lessons to apply to whatever similar circumstances that we may have. So whether that be adversity, she talks a lot about imposter syndrome.
She does.
Fucks me up every time I hear Michelle Obama discussing imposter syndrome, because girl, if anybody should feel like an imposter in the same room as you, it should be the rest of us.
Everybody else.
Why are we in the room with Michelle Obama right now?
Right.
I don't get it. It kills me, but it's been a really good book so far, and just hearing Shelley's voice for just that one chapter just really made, and I don't speed up. I read a lot faster than she reads, but you can speed it up. But I just let her use her regular speaking voice, and that chapter took like damn near an hour to get through, but it was good. It was relaxing. So for anyone who has not, very soothing. For anyone who has not picked up Michelle Obama's new book, The Light We Carry, please do, because it's really good, and it's feel good content. And for anybody who may be having a hard time, maybe dealing with a little, apparently anxiety is on the rise after COVID or during COVID because of COVID, this is the book for you. So
it is.
Go check that out.
Be soothed.
Be soothed by your favorite auntie, or my favorite auntie. I don't know who y'all's favorite auntie is. Between her and Jennifer Lewis, I'm like, I gotta pick one eventually.
You don't.
I do.
You can have both.
I can. You can have two favorite aunts. My favorite aunt on my daddy's side is Michelle. My favorite aunt on my mama's side is Jennifer Lewis. And actually, when I think about who my parents are, it makes a whole
tracks.
It tracks. It definitely tracks. For sure.
Whew.
I would love to share. We have two very, very interesting problematic letters. We're not going to get into that. We always save that for last. But I got to get into my problematic person of the week.
Who you got? It's been a week.
A dear friend of mine sent me a clip of an article. And it was about Randy McNally, who is the Tennessee Lieutenant Governor. He's almost 80. He's 79 years old. And he's a conservative, as you can probably suspect where I'm going with this. So this guy decided, and I got to pull out my content. He decided.
What did he do?
So here's the thing: the internet will allow you to be really, really fake, but also will keep you honest. And that's the thing that is really, really wonderful about Al Gore's internet. So this conservative old Tennessee lieutenant governor was caught commenting on a young gay man's racist Instagram photos. Now, you guys who are listening, who are younger and probably a little more liberal, if you are conservative and listening to this podcast, how'd you get here? You clearly hit the wrong.
You're not
welcome here. You're not welcome here. Go somewhere else.
You meant to make a turn somewhere.
Yeah.
This ain't it.
Over there. Ben Shapiro is always looking for new listeners, though. So go find that guy.
Who can constantly listen to that voice, though? It's cartoonish.
Ben Shapiro actually makes me laugh. And people used to give me a hard time because I would listen to him just to laugh. Just to laugh. I would listen to his
voice.
He's so annoying. And then he admitted that he doesn't satisfy his wife.
He seems like the one who always wants to talk about plays devil's advocate and shit.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, he's good at it, and that's what makes him hilarious. Like, bro, nobody cares. Stop it. You're an asshole. Pretending to not be an asshole by playing the asshole is making you an asshole.
Right.
Knock it off. But back to Randy McNally. This poor guy who also serves as the Speaker of the State Senate, got
My
caught
Lord.
leaving emojis and comments under risque social media photos.
My Lord.
Posted by a 20-year-old performer in Knoxville. That performer, if you want to check him out, goes by Franklin with a Y Superstar on social media. And it's just funny because they always say old people don't know how to use the internet.
They
and
really
then here's a circumstance. Sir, you are 79 years old. If you want to be a closeted conservative gentleman, stick to the old ways you used to go pick up your gays. Flirt like you used to, because trying to do it on the internet is going to get you fired and canceled. Knock it off. This was
funny to me.
Listen, when she sent it to me, I was cracking up, and the conversation was just, why can't we all live in our truth? Because
just live in your truth.
Now you've made it to 79 and kept this under wraps. You've made it
a whole damn lifetime.
You've made it your 70. That's what God said. This is what I'm gonna give y'all.
A whole lifetime.
If you're good to yourself.
Think about how sad that is, though.
And that's a whole nother conversation.
I'm sorry.
No. Let's talk about it. Because living your life, I understand the times were different, but living your life closeted for 80 years sounds like something that would, again, drive me off of a bridge. You got to respect everybody's stances, or so they say. I don't believe it's true.
Who said it?
People who are way better than me. I do think that is a miserable life to live. It can't be a happy one. But what is hilarious is you thinking, I'm cool, I'm hip, I'm going to go comment on some racy young man who is 59 years my junior. 50 years my junior.
Blue check mark.
With your blue. Oh, yeah. Did you forget to? Now, asking a 79-year-old to constantly flip between his burner account and his real account has to be incredibly difficult. I suck at it. I'm not
apparently so, because it must be difficult because some folks don't do it well at all.
And he didn't. So you out here leaving winking emojis under risque photos. I don't care if it's a woman. Knock it off. But the fact that it's a gentleman.
You are a geriatric. Sorry, sir. I expect you to have a little bit more self-respect than this.
Yeah, you cruising on the internet, knowing who you work for, the people of Tennessee, hilarious to me. So yeah, that's
people of Tennessee who just banned drag shows.
Context. It's so important.
Context is very important.
You out here banning the stuff that you secretly love. People will do it to themselves every time.
That's truth. Life is too short to not live in your truth.
Way too short, because by the time I was 7, I was like, you know what? I think I've made a choice.
You're like, I'm not team boy. They're kind of gross.
Team boy doesn't really work for me.
I don't like them in that way.
Not in that way.
Not in that way. Like,
great teammates.
They can stay.
Great teammates.
I'm not gonna throw them out. I'm a Sandress, but meanwhile, I'm just like, wow. This is why sexuality is definitely not a choice.
It's not a choice.
It's not, because have you looked at them?
Listen, I love when my straight women friends say it all the time. They're like, listen, we respect who you are, and you gotta respect who we are, because we didn't choose this. Because who the fuck chooses this? And I go, right, sis.
Nobody chooses this.
You right.
No, nobody chooses a person who constantly leaves their size 14 shoes in the middle of the floor.
You are not gonna let up on these shoes
because the baby tripped over them, and now I'm mad.
To be fair, though, I've been to Whitney and Earl's house, and I will say, when I saw Earl's big ass boot, I thought it was a movie prop, and I said, so big. Red boots that are out right now, the Super Mario,
the Astro Boy boots,
that big, but it's his regular house boot. I don't know. It was very, very strange.
Shoes.
Yeah, you're not being nitpicky. That it was a big ass shoe to leave in the middle of. I tripped over the shoe.
It's very dangerous. You gotta be careful.
It's very dangerous.
And you think you would see it, but there's
no.
My poor baby done trip got some rug burn because she slid a little bit.
The boot big as the baby, so
the boot is big as the baby. The baby is 2.
Hilarious. I got one more problematic person, just one more. Now I know this is
there's
old.
Plenty.
This is kind of old at this point because social media moves fast, and we should probably stop talking about it because the young man is on his way to recovery. And my problematic person is not John Morant, crazy enough. It's whoever sold him that baby ass gun. First off, John Morant is a NBA player. Now, I don't know how many NBA players you've met. These are not men with tiny ass hands. These are big-handed mother, you know what?
They're the Nephilim.
They are. These are giant human people. And he's not one of the biggest in the NBA, but this is still a grown-ass man with grown-ass NBA hands. So y'all, we've all seen the video at this point. This is days old at this point. But you see, he couldn't even hold the gun right because his goddamn hands was too big.
You know those little water guns that you get from the dollar store?
Yes. You out here with your pearl handle 25 that my grandma used to tuck in between her bosom or in the bottom of her purse.
It's a little, what's the leg things that the women used to wear?
The garter holster. You got a garter holster church gun. John Morant was outside with a grandmama's church purse gun, and we all let that slide. And what pisses me off the most is not John Morant having the gun, but the grown motherfucker who sold John Morant that baby ass gun. How do you have a gun this small? Why is your gun the size of my gun, Ja? Do better. Do better. Whoever sold him that gun is my problematic.
I keep laughing on mute, and everybody's just like, when it suddenly gets quiet,
it's Whitney over there cracking up. I told her stop muting herself.
So I'm gonna stop muting myself, you guys. I'm ready to throw up. That is hilarious. The visual.
Ass man, if I walked in to a gun shop and somebody was like, "Hey, little lady, would you like this tiny ass church gun?" I would be like, "No, sir," because I'm a grown person. You see how fat my fingers are? I can't get my index finger in that trigger space.
They're not fat, guys.
Do better. Yeah, whoever sold John Morant that gun is my problematic person of the week. That
quite
tiny ass grandma gun. Why I oughta.
Y'all know better. Y'all know better. Y'all need to try harder. Like, come on.
Harder, do better.
Yeah.
Do you have somebody else, Whitney? Because you started off the episode hot. You were like, I'm coming in here. I got issues.
Chris Rock.
Oh, boy.
Hi, everybody. I tried to watch that alleged Netflix special. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I've already written about this and talked about this. Christopher Rock needs, I don't even know if his name is Christopher. That's disrespectful. Chris Rock, 58-year-old man, really does need to do some therapy.
A little
because
bit.
This special, towards the end, where he's literally just ranting and raving, the jokes aren't funny, the things aren't landing. It just shows that he hasn't done the work. And what happened, I empathize with him. Because what happened to him is traumatic. Nobody wants to be embarrassed, period. But nobody wants to be embarrassed in front of millions of people
and their peers.
Have it become a meme.
Right.
And then like that's humiliating. And that's traumatic. So I empathize with him. At the same time, started making fun of people's skin color. What he said about Draymond Green, and then making fun of Meghan Markle saying she won the skin lottery, dismissing her experience with racism, British racism,
right?
Because people seem to forget that Americans weren't the ones who created this. Like, no,
they're the best. They're pretty good at it. They've been doing this shit for centuries, millennia.
How do you think they got all them jewels, y'all? How do you think they built all them castles, y'all? How do you think they funded their countries, y'all, to where they could be first world? I'm doing.
Do these look like hardworking individuals to you people?
They just finished paying reparations to slave owners of Jamaica. Just finished in 2017. Yes, the perfecters of white supremacy. And Portugal, I ain't forgot.
We didn't forget that y'all started this mess. We didn't forget.
Y'all can get it. Y'all can get it too. This is why they're impoverished now. This is the ancestors. Anyway, long and the short, Chris Rock saying that he was raised, and he ended his show with saying, I was raised, you don't fight in front of white people. And I'm like, that's what you were really mad about.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't mad about, the slap itself. You weren't mad about this black man essentially assaulting you. For whatever reason, you're overly obsessed with Jada, and you just will not let that go, because you called that woman a bitch more than you addressed Will Smith,
the man who actually hit your ass,
which sounds like a bitch thing to do, but
it is.
I digress. Yeah, he sounded like he needed therapy, and he needs to address his respectability politics, because if you're more concerned about what white people think about what's happening and care less about what your own people think is happening, because you didn't fight in front of white people, but you disrespected a black woman in front of white people. You disrespected multiple black people in front of white people. You brought up your own colorism, your own misogynoir, your own inner self-hatred and self-loathing, all in front of white people. So,
but hitting is where he draws the line. Hitting is where he draws the line. To me, it felt like pandering.
It was,
and I say this because I feel like it was pandering to his white audience, in the sense that I think Chris Rock knows that the overwhelming majority of black people either understand why, even if they don't agree with what Will Smith did, they understand.
Oh, completely. Using his own lines.
Right. I think
I don't advocate for it.
I don't understand. But I understand.
Right.
So I feel like you can't really appeal to us, your African American audience, when it comes to that, because we know why he slapped the shit out of you. We get it. Whether we think it was wrong to do it at the Oscars, or if y'all should have had a conversation first and then decided, all right, you know what, this is at fisticuffs level, let's just fight.
Scrap.
The fact that Will Smith was willing to, he didn't know that Chris Rock wasn't going to hit him back. He was fully prepared to whoop your ass, and
the way he stood there for a second, he was waiting for you to do something.
He was okay with that. So I think he was pandering to his audience, because you already know, bro, you can't fly. It ain't gonna fly here. Turn it loose, let it go.
Not turn it loose.
Turn it loose, let it go. Turn it loose. That's what my grandma would say. Turn it loose, let it go.
Let it go.
Turn it loose, let it go. Yeah. So I watched the special. I don't think I laughed out loud one time. Not once. It just felt like a very desperate attempt. Again, what Will Smith did hurt your feelings.
And that's fine.
Your pride. And that's fine.
That's fine.
This Netflix special was not the way to mend that. And in fact, I feel like you're getting more backlash. You've only reinvigorated us making a meme out of you, and you offered more understanding to the person who slapped the hell out of you. And I think he's going to catch up with you and do it again. Watch your mouth, Chris, and watch your back, because any man who is willing to slap you in front of all of his peers at the Oscars on TV will slap you anywhere. A Dairy Queen, a Walmart.
You need to make that merch. Watch your mouth or watch your back.
Watch it. God damn it. Let me write that down. Watch your mouth.
Don't y'all steal this idea.
Watch your mouth or watch your back. Yes. That's how I feel. That's good choice. Because watch your mouth or watch your back.
Watch your mouth or watch your back.
Merch. Yeah. So, problematic people of the week. I think all were fair. We didn't bully nobody this week. We were all good. We are about to get into, and I hope you guys are ready.
I'm not.
No, you're not. We are about to get into our problematic letters of the week. So yeah, bear with us as we get through this. Are you ready?
Ready.
Hey guys, thanks for checking us out. Remember, when you're done listening here, to check out Whitney's The Reclaimed podcast. Again, that's The Reclaimed podcast by my illustrious co-host Whitney. You can get it wherever you prefer to get your podcast. Thank you, and let's get started. All right, Whitney, you ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best.
We got a shorter letter from a young lady, and we have a longer letter from, I'm assuming this is a gentleman, But we're going to give them both names. So I'm going to read the young lady's letter first. Can I get a name for this young lady?
God, what was Angela Bassett's character from Waiting to Exhale?
Bernadette.
Bernadette.
All right, boom.
Bernadette.
My name is Bernadette, and my friend told me to text y'all this.
Oh.
I don't know if this counts, but I broke up with my girlfriend last year, and she refused to accept it. I removed all her pics on socials. She didn't. I told people we broke up. She told them we were still together or on a break. I blocked her, and she would text me from fake numbers. It didn't end until people started to tell her I was talking to someone else, and then she accused me of talking to other people, and then she broke up with me. Every time I read these letters, I really want to show people your face, but I don't. No. I also don't want to put a bra on or do my hair to record these podcasts.
No, we're completely comfy. We're completely comfy.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thoughts, Whitney?
Bernadette. Bernadette, this feels like a non-issue.
This is a non-issue. I don't think this one requires any advice, but it's funny.
Bernadette, just keep that person blocked, because this feels like a thing, like they could be a little out, like not in touch with reality.
It seems like it.
Yeah,
it seems like it.
I would have started dating someone else, and just make sure you're safe. And this feels like a situation where
it can get unsafe real fast.
It can get unsafe, so be careful, Bernadette. And shout out to your friend who told you to text.
Right.
I'm confused. I'm like, wait. So I broke up with you.
Mm-hmm.
I delete all our social stuff. Mm-hmm. I tell people we're broken up.
Mm-hmm.
I do all of the actions that prove we are broken up.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't become okay until you break up with me.
Right. There's this line, and I say this a lot. I may have said it on this podcast before, and this is not advice for Bernadette. Bernadette got her shit together, but for everyone else. Relationships have to occur in a mutual agreement space. You have to decide you want to be in a relationship, and the other person also has to decide, hey, together. I want to be in this relationship. Breakups, on the other hand, breakups do not have to be mutual
at all.
The relationship ends as soon as one of you says, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore. Now, I know, and I'm speaking specifically to you ladies. Ladies, just because you say, no, I'm not breaking up with you, does not mean that the breakup is not happening. Now, men are a little scary in a different way. This is not pitting men against women, but I feel like when men say, no, you're not allowed to break up with me, then it gets scary. Now it's a Lifetime movie. Women think that it is not as scary when they say it. I'm here to tell you, as a member of the Ladies Who Love Ladies convention, it is scary. Please don't do that. You seem
don't do that.
It's giving it a thin line. Please don't be that person.
We have movies that draw on this theme.
Please don't be that person. If somebody doesn't want to be with you, then you bless them by taking your presence away from them, and you go bless someone else with that presence if you want to.
Bless yourself.
Come on now, somebody.
Listen.
Preach.
Bless yourself. That's a good time to get back in tune with yourself, to check in with yourself, date yourself, love on yourself, spoil yourself.
You got all these options. All of these options. You do not get to tell somebody, no, you are not breaking up with me. I've heard stories like this, and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it when men do it. I don't like it when women do it.
Nobody should do it.
Nobody. No one should do it.
Nobody do it.
Yeah, that was pretty quick and easy, but I had to share because she had to share because a friend made her share. Now we need a gentleman's name, because this one is actually hilarious to me.
Hagrid.
Okay. Hagrid said, my girl broke up with me at Walmart. When I was 25, I worked at Walmart, and me and my girlfriend were always fighting. I don't remember. Wait. I lost my place. I'm sorry. I
Take
don't
your time.
remember what we were fighting about, but I know we were both at work. So we were texting those long ass 4-paragraph messages to each other. I decided I didn't want to get in trouble for having my phone out the whole time, so I stopped responding. Tell me why she came to my job, waited around until she found me, walked me to the plant section, and broke up with me. She said she didn't want to do it over text.
Not in the plants.
In the plants. She didn't want to do it over text. So she had to do it at my damn job. I was at work, so I couldn't get into my arguing or begging bag. I just had to take it on the chin and say, okay. I was sick for the rest of my shift, but I stayed at work. When I got off work, I was walking to the parking lot with 2 of my coworkers, and I saw a big ass trash bag on top of my car. She put all my shit from her place on my car. I was salty, and my coworkers made it worse. I rolled home in silence and cried. I lived with my mom at the time, and I hated sleeping at home because I was used to sleeping at my girl's place. I remember leaving the trash bag in the car so that my mom and my step-pop didn't kill me with the jokes. We got back together eventually, but that was our worst breakup. Everything I ate tasted like tears for a week. Now let me start by saying, when I read the last part, I threw my phone. And I threw my phone because I know exactly what that taste was. That Hagrid was talking about.
Poor Hagrid.
This was a long time ago, and I hope that Hagrid has healed and has gotten over.
You're all right.
This was so funny to me.
I'm trying. I don't want to laugh at his pain. And I don't want to be that person.
I'm gonna be that person. Because the first sentence was, my girl broke up with me at Walmart. And I was like, I'm gonna stop driving. Let me pull over real quick because I got to read this full story now. Right now. Breaking up with somebody at their job is pretty rough. I think we can all agree that is that's what we call hurtful. You could have probably waited until I got home. That would have been nice. But if you felt that strongly about it, I do think that was the responsible thing to do, to not break up over text, because that's mean. However, leaving me next to the plants to drink my own tears for the rest of my shift is crazy.
It's very salty.
My stuff on top of my car
in a trash bag.
And then letting my coworkers clown me. And then having me hide my own things in my car.
From my parents.
Because I know my mama about to cook me. Bruh. I don't even have no advice for this. I do have advice for this. I have a rule. No arguing via text.
No
arguing via text.
Nope.
You can save yourself a lot of miscommunication, a lot of misunderstanding,
a lot of heartbreak, apparently.
A lot of heartbreak at work, and driving home and having your McChicken taste like tears for a week. You could save yourself so much time if you just agreed to not argue through text. It's like the meme. It's like you argue with your partner in a text and you end up standing in one place for a whole hour. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't
send paragraphs to people. Don't do this. That's not what text message is for.
It's just not worth it. To the young lady who thought she was doing a good thing by coming to his job and breaking up with him, because breaking up through text is not good. We all agree that that's not good.
Don't do that.
But also coming to my job and breaking up with me, knowing I can't cry here. You know that I cannot cry in this blue Walmart vest.
That's why he's sick.
Why would you do that?
Poor Hagrid.
Wait till I got off. That is some mean-spirited shit to do.
He must have. What did you say to her?
What did you
say? Like, what happened? I want to give this woman the benefit of the doubt. Hagrid, what did you say? Call us back. I always need context.
I always need context.
I always
and
need
that's
context.
That's the thing. I don't know what y'all were fighting about, but she felt strongly enough to leave work or get off of work.
All of your things.
Get your stuff while you were not responding. So one thing I do know, and we're not gonna sit and act like humans. I'm not gonna say men or women, humans.
People.
There's a specific population of people who do not like to be ignored. It actually does something to it's Whitney. She raised her hand.
Me.
Okay. So,
don't ignore me.
I'm
do it.
Past single dating in the streets me was a huge fan of ignoring people. If you're getting on my nerves, you can get ignored. I might not block you, but guess who's not responding? And for some people, they would get the message and be like, all right, she's not fucking with me right now. I'm going to let it be cool. And then some people, they took it as a invitation to call from other phones or send messages like I'm gonna show up if you don't answer me. Those people are crazy, and I hope it
depends on the context.
I hope there's
because
context I don't want to talk to you. I'm gonna make you talk to me.
There is a context where you need to show up if you haven't heard from somebody.
That's
different. Usually like a mental health check-in sort of situation. It's like, nigga, I have not heard from you in like a week. Are you all right? If I don't hear from you, I'm showing up. Like, I have made those visits to people.
Yes, that is different.
I get the context of what you're saying, and now I'm going to have to amend my earlier statement because I don't like to be ignored. But rather than try to call you from other things and try to contact you other ways, I'm going to amplify the ignoring.
Yeah, I don't get
like even if you reach out, oh no, we're playing the ignore game now.
Yeah, so that was always my goal. Like, if I don't want to talk to you and I'm ignoring you, please ignore me back, and then everything is cool.
It gets very quiet.
What probably triggered this young lady to go pack your shit in a garbage bag and put it on top of your car and break out with you in the Walmart nursery was you stopped responding.
The Walmart nursery.
Could you imagine?
I could see me in there just getting my plants, and I look up and these people are just arguing in hush tones, whispers. Just and I just opened the plants.
You just looking
my afro just come out like
they over here arguing about it.
Dusted off the plant. Like, what is going on over there?
They arguing over here about the daisies and the chrysanthemums. Crazy. I feel bad for how hard I laughed at this.
I'm sorry. It's the food. The
food tasting like tears for me because I specifically know I have cried my face off a time or two in my life. And then crying makes you hungry. And then you go to try to eat.
And sleepy too.
And the
depression naps.
So heavy.
Oh my gosh.
Heavy. But yeah, when you get to the point where your food, I know Haggard was.
That is hard crying. That is like crying. Your belly gets so tight because you've been heaving, crying. That's that shoulder cry where your shoulders go up and down.
But the sounds ain't really coming out the way they should come out.
You're bent over. You can't even breathe right. Your eyes hurt from crying so hard.
Yes, face
you
red.
Feel a little like lost. Like, where am I?
You know what disgusts me about myself?
What?
When I cry, and I try not to do it often because I'm a real nigga, but when I cry, my nose turns red and my top lip swells. Do you know how I look like I'm sad and having a bad allergic reaction?
Yes.
It's the worst thing. It's so embarrassing. And this is why I'm a real nigga and I can't cry because y'all not going to be out here clowning me. But yeah, Haggard, I probably wouldn't have gotten back with this young lady. That's pain.
That sounds like goodbye.
Yeah, I don't want you back. But if you don't like sleeping at your mama's house, I kind of understand.
I get it, but
everything took like tears for a week.
A week.
Dear God.
I'm weary now.
I'm weary. I made the mistake. The thing I do enjoy, so once a week I try and float a question out to social media and get these stories. And what I find is some of my friends, people that I know and love, end up responding to these things. No. I'm like, I had no idea this ever happened to you. This is
like, are you all right? Why have we never talked about this?
How have we not discussed this? That is hurtful. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Haggard, I thank you for writing in, and I'm sorry that we laughed at you.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at your food taste and I tears for a week.
I hope that you are older now, and I hope that you have gotten away from this person. And if you haven't, and y'all are going long and strong, then I pray that she is not
I pray we've all grown
acting
up.
like this, because you
Not
gonna come to
breaking up
my
with you in the
job
nursery.
and break up with me.
The plants, like, it's kind of scenic when you think about it, so I get it.
It is, but don't take me to the plant section and do nothing. You just break up with me right next to these iPhones and these laptops in the electronics section.
Break up with me in the kids' clothing section.
Yeah,
like, break
don't
up with me at the cash register. Don't break up with me here.
Looking at beautiful shit. You just broke my
Flowers
heart.
and stuff.
And then I'm trying not to cry at work. You. I would have broke if I was tough enough to not cry at work, and then I come outside and my shit is on the top of my car, and I gotta go home and hide the trash bag because I know my mama and my stepdaddy about to flame me.
I'm sad. I'm sad for Hagrid. Now I'm sad for laughing at
that I can
empathize, Hagrid.
That's pain. That I don't wish that on nobody. You survived it though. Look at you, still here. Won't God do it?
Listen,
He'll bring you through your tough. Weeping may endure for a night or a week of tear tasting food.
Tear tasting. Mm-hmm.
But joy will come in the morning. Shout out to Hagrid. I thank everybody who writes in and sends us these text messages because they are
and updates. Send updates.
Please send updates. If you hear that we read your story and we ask for updates, we would really love the updates.
Please send us an update. Thank you.
And for anybody who is looking to write a problematic question or a problematic story about any topic, please feel free to send us a message to the problematic podcast at gmail.com, or you can text us at 215-486-1683. Again, 215-486-1683. I didn't even make you rewind it. I repeated it. Please reach out to us. We always love to hear from you at the Problematic Podcast. We look forward to coming back next week and giving you more problematic stuff. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Have a great, great week on purpose.
Bye.
Bye.